Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, man. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. Let's get right into this, man. Look, Sauce Walka knows everything that's going down, man. Nothing is new under the sun. Like, for real, all of the people in Houston, they really know what's going on because they're close to the situation. They actually see, like, Jay Prince Sr. and his sons all the time. They see him every day, basically. And you're not going to tell me about how, when they first started up the whole thing with the Migos under Drake, like they actually got a part in the Migos. So when they told me that QC sold for 300 million, I'm thinking, wait, who bought it? Because it sound like, and people are saying, and it really sound like it could have had a different little parent company that Jay Prince Sr. and Jr. ran together. Who knows, right? Maybe they could have found a way to where they tricked them into selling QC so they could buy it back. You got to understand who really had control of the Migos at that time. That's why Sauce Walka is responding right now. He says he sees what he's doing. He sees through all this BS, man, and it ain't going to be nothing, like, because of the fact that they even trying to take over Sauce Walka crew and everything. They wanted Sauce Walka to go sign with them, but it's just like the whole situation with Dolph. Sauce Walka and them wanted to be their own boss. That's why they started TSF. That's why they did their own thing, you feel me? Because Houston is big enough to where everybody can eat. Houston is literally like the biggest city in the country, and so when you really look at it, everybody can eat there, man. There's so many people, so many opportunities. It's like, that's why everybody be thriving in Texas. So many people out of Texas, like even Charleston White, man. And y'all got to understand that with this whole Sauce Walka thing, he really responding to the fact that he knows and he sees between the fine print and between the lines. You got to read between the lines, people. You got to understand the connection between how QC gets sold for 300 million and how way back in 2012, 2013, when Drake hopped on the Versace verse, he was actually under Jazz Prince, like partially temporarily signed. And so when they worked with the Migos, they all had to put their autograph on the paper saying that the Prince family basically runs the whole show, runs the whole op. They in charge of making sure they get their own deals and sign the bigger later on and everything like that. And so when all of this happens and it's all interconnected and comes back full circle, and for Migos to split up, for the whole Takeoff situation to happen, then at the Grammys for Quavo and Offset to get into it like that, for Cardi B to see it all happen, for them to put that all on the world stage, for QC to have to come and literally separate them and split the group up, and all of these crazy things, plus add in the behind the scenes talk of what's really going on in the streets of Houston, what really happened that night, man, on the Halloween, and what's really going on with the justice for Takeoff. And so when they put all that together, you will come to understand, you will come to see the full picture of how it could have, and some people are saying that it could have been to where they were really trying to pull the ultimate move to see how, if they could get 100% the rights to all the bread coming in, all the connections coming in from getting QC. Don't forget, Lil Baby signed to QC. So who's Lil Baby's boss now? You got to understand that it's not just the Migos. And so somebody came in and decided and realized that it's a great time for them to buy it. And for 300 million, that's a discount. That's a deal. You know how much money Lil Baby songs make? Especially after he blew up like worldwide after 2020 and everything like that, man. You got to understand that these hits from the Migos from back in the day, after even the Takeoff situation happened and the Migos music skyrocketed, for somebody to buy it there is an ultimate business power move, because all the stream increases, the 1,000% increase is about to start, and it's been happening right now. And they've been in discussion for a minute, man. They've been in discussion, and now that they gonna have probably a big QC drop album coming soon or something, they're gonna basically force Lil Baby and whatever the last few songs that Quavo has to do, because he's still like responsible for completing one last project. And so they're going to make sure they get their last out of that. And that's going to be the last time you ever hear from Migos and Quavo. They even might have make Quavo and Offset change their names, because QC owns that too. Y'all got to realize what you're really getting yourself into, because if you didn't notice, man, it could be while Quavo and Takeoff or while Quavo and Offset is arguing about one whole thing, behind the scenes, their bosses are actually making power moves behind their back in the middle of the night, under the radar, making sure nobody knows what's really going on. Then all these distractions happen. Folks getting slapped up at the Grammys, folks getting into it at the award shows. Cardi B over here screaming, she's seen too much. He telling them she both wrong. All of these distractions. And then in the middle of the night, they rewriting the whole history. They rewriting the whole Migos thing. They rewriting the whole QC, trying to sell it off. Boom. Who gonna give the biggest offer? Boom. We don't even know who these people are that bought QC. How do you know that they're not involved in anything that's been going on? Did they set it up to where they could tank QC and buy them cheap? And then boom, 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 make something happen so the streams skyrocket again? You got to really think about it, man. A lot of people don't be really thinking for themselves, and you got to, look at all the facts and put two and two together of what's going on in this situation, because it's all these crazy things happening, and they trying to basically blind people with all this extra stuff that's happening with the drama and putting that up in the forefront. And then in the background, behind the scenes, it's a whole lot going on that they don't even want you to know. And that's why Sauce Walka sent a message to the Prince family and told them that they got to stop. They basically got to slow the roll, get back to helping Houston instead of getting into the mix of all these. And literally, Jay Prince Jr. went on to the podcast and literally said and dry snitched on Boosie for the whole situation with Duke the Jeweler. And so they know that they people is hot on their heels. They know that it's about to be where all the details come out, because people have been talking. Like, there's actually people who done seen everything going on. They know both sides. They saw the whole argument coming about at the whole Takeoff situation. And not only that, but the ongoing issues that QC Ben knew about with the whole Offset and Quavo situation. They knew that something was going to happen where those two weren't going to be getting along, and it's going to jeopardize the group. And so that's why there's been a lot of things in the plans. There's been a lot of secrets that's been rumored around Houston, and people started talking in the streets, and the streets are saying basically that they knew this was going to happen the whole entire time. They done seen the signs, and they done seen every little hint of it way before. Like, they could see it from a mile away. And so when the day it happened, it was like, dang, they really went through with this, man. I can't believe that they actually be doing this to our people or whatnot, to each other or whatnot, right? And so at the end of the day, man, it all comes back to, you got to follow the money to where it all leads to, right? And so the fact that we're following the 300 million that QC was sold for. So when you follow that, where does that lead to? And are those people actually connected, or do they have a hand in play of what's really going on? How well do they know Prince Jr. and Prince Sr.? How well are they actually connected with P from QC? And did they have anything to do? Did they know about what was going on with the whole birthday party that night that Jazz Prince threw, that ultimately you seen Takeoff go to but never make it out of? And so with all that being said, y'all, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. Binge watch the rest of the video so you can get caught up on what's really going on. And it's about to be some big breaking news updates and details coming soon on the next video. And you make sure I will see you there. Peace.